Hey everyone, we are on week 3. This is my second video and I wanted to talk about works cited pages. So right now we're looking at the document we were looking at on my first video. It is my sample essay I typed where I made a classical argument using a controversial issue from a short story called Everyday Use. The issue was from the mom's perspective in the story, which daughter do I give my quilts to? So, how did I format my works cited page? So I found my first works cited entry came from ENGL Literature Criticism Online. And just like EBSCOhost and CQ Researcher and Opposing Viewpoints, you can copy and paste the works cited entries directly to your works cited page. And that is also where I found my second source by David Cowart, also on ENGL Literature Criticism Online. So those were really easy because I accessed the articles through an online database. I used the cite tool and I copied and pasted them over. Make sure you are choosing the MLA 8th edition version of the formatting. Many of those online databases are also going to give it to you in APA format and numerous others. So my main thing was I need to make sure I put them alphabetically. So Baker is first, Cowart is second. What I don't like is that they're highlighted in gray. I tried forever to get the gray highlighting to go away and it would not. So I just turned it in as is, and that's not the biggest deal breaker if you have some issue like that. And then the third source I cited from was the story itself. I mean, who better or where better to draw evidence from than the actual story? Because I was able to actually point out the words and the actions of both sisters directly from the story itself. Now that author is Alice Walker, so alphabetically she is last. How did I format this one? Well, let's see how well we remember this. Back on one of my week 2 videos, I had shown you how to use the Writing Center's online MLA quick reference guide. So bear with me because I'm working with one hand. So at OCCC's homepage, you go to you go to Labs and Centers, and then alphabetically we need the very last one, so Writing Center. Over on the left-hand side, you want to click Instructional Handouts, so over here. And then you go to the very, very bottom one, MLA Quick Reference Guide. So what I have is not a book by a single author. This was a short story published in a larger collection of stories. So I used number 2. It says Anthology Compilation Textbook. So what you do here is they have Bordeaux, Susan. Well, my author's name was Walker, Alice. And then this article was called The Globalization of Eating Disorders. Mine was called Everyday Use. And then you have to put the larger book title italicized. So mine was actually my literature textbook at Westmore. And then if there's authors or editors additional to the person who actually wrote the story, you would put those here. Well, mine didn't have that, so I skipped that. If there is an addition to the book, you will put that. So mine was called 4th Course, I believe, instead of this one called 12th edition. I did not have a customized book. If you did have a customized book, you'd have to put that, and I didn't, so I skipped it. And then you put the publisher, the year, and the specific page numbers within that larger book where that story came from. So all in all, I just did what that told me to do, and I came up with this right here. So that is my works cited page. They are alphabetical. They are in correct MLA format. I have the title correctly. It's works cited. If you were to ever have a paper that only had one work, this S right up here would disappear. But for our classical argument, you have to be citing from a minimum of 3, is what the instructions tell you. So everyone's title should look like this, works cited. And I am still seeing errors with that in Comp 2. So that's always the title. The bigger issue is we need to make sure we know how to cite properly in our essay. So I'm going to stop this video and start a new one.